Hello, everybody. How are you all? I hope doing well, taking care of yourself, and studying hard. The topic for today is verbs. I know you must have learned about this in your previous classes too, but let's learn something new today. We'll begin with our previous class syllabus. What are verbs? Verbs are words that show actions, motion, doing, or state of being. They can also demonstrate how someone feels. A verb is one of the most important part of a sentence. It tells the subject what is the subject doing, actions, its events, or state of being. And the most important thing, it is always found in the predicate of a sentence. Now, I hope you remember what a predicate is. We took up kinds of a sentence, parts of a sentence. Now, parts, subject, and predicate. Subject is about whom we are talking, predicate is what is the action about. So, verbs are action words. They tell us or show what the verb does, means doing, being, and possession. Now, before moving on to the examples of doing, being, and possession, I would just like to take you back to your previous class where your teachers taught you about subject verb agreement. I hope you all remember that. With singular nouns or pronouns, we use singular verbs. And with plural nouns or pronouns, we use plural verbs. If the subject in a sentence is singular, the verb should also be singular. For example, the dog lives in the park. Now, if the subject in a sentence is plural, then verb should also be plural. That like the dogs live in the park. And pronoun you is always, it's used always in a with plural verb. When we join two singular nouns or pronouns with conjunction and, they become plural and they take a plural verb like Mona and Sumit are cousins. So here it, when we are taking plural form, it takes plural verb. Now, if we talk about collective nouns, most of the children get confused that collective noun is singular or plural. Well, collective nouns like band, bouquet, class, army are treated as single units. So they take singular verbs. Please, I hope you remember all these points. They're really going to help you to learn about verbs in a better manner. Now, coming back to the examples, like the first example says, we went to the science museum last Sunday. Now, here, went is the verb in this particular sentence as it expresses action. Let's look at Another sentence. Is Arjun the best child of your family? Now, what is the verb in this sentence? Any guesses? Well, if you are thinking is is the verb, then, my dear children, you are correct. Is is the verb as it expresses a state of being. Children, please remember a verb doesn't only expresses action, it also expresses a state of being. Now, possession, the elephant has a long trunk. So here it's showing possession. Kinds of verbs: action, helping, linking, transitive, and intransitive verbs. So we'll take one by one all of them. Action verbs. They express some physical or mental action that a person, animal, object, or even nature does. Action verbs are words like drink, dance, eat, swim. They show what an action means. A verb that shows action is called action verb. Means it is telling that what a verb, what its subject does. Like the farmer feeds the chicken. So here what action is taking place? The farmer feeds the chicken. Helping verbs. Now be, is, am, are, was, were, has, will, shall, all these are helping verbs. Now helping verbs, they a helping verb helps the main verb and it comes before the main verb in a sentence. Let's take up few examples like I am eating my lunch. So am is helping, eating is main verb. Ed has taken the test. So ed is noun, has is helping verb, taken is main verb. So main verb and helping verb, when they come together they form a proper sentence, and helping verb always comes before the main verb. Linking verbs. A verb shows the power of action and it also can connect ideas. Such verbs are called linking verbs. A linking verb connects. Please try to understand. A linking verb connects the subject of a sentence with a word that gives information about the subject. So here please make sure it is giving information about the subject. A linking verb tells us what the subject is and not what the subject is doing. So please don't get confused. A linking verb tells us what the subject is, not what the subject is doing. Now linking verbs, please pause your video, go through all the examples given out here. Please pause the video and read it. Like Sneha's cat is tired. Here shows the condition of Sneha's cat, not what it's doing. So here is working as linking verb. If I tell you to identify between linking and action, how will you do it? Yeah. Linking verbs and action verbs. So it is followed, if a verb is followed by a verb, if a verb is followed by a predicate adjective or predicate noun, then it's a linking verb. But if it's next to an ing form, an ing verb, then it's a helping verb. For example, my friends are dancing at maybe at Stella's tonight. So here are is a helping verb because the ing verb follows it. The girls are happy because they are eating all together. So here, children, are is a linking verb. Why? Because a predicate adjective follows it. I hope it's clear now. Linking verb examples are here. Again, please pause the video, go through it. Bobby felt sleepy after eating the whole pizza. So, felt is linking verb. Please pause the video and go through the examples. Now, let's recap about parts of a sentence: subject, predicate. That you all know about subject and predicate. An object. The subject of the sentence should always agree with the verb of that sentence. This we just took up a few minutes back, and the example is child plays football, children play football. So, if the subject is singular, then the verb also has to be singular. Now, object. Children, please now pay attention. We are talking about subject, predicate, and object. So, object, what is an object? An object is a word which receives the action in a sentence. It is part of predicate, and the object answers the question formed with what or whom and the verb. So if you need to find out or pick up object in a sentence, you need to ask question what or whom with the verb, and the answer you get is object. The word that expresses the question is the object of the verb. For example, Ruchi likes ice cream. What does Ruchi like? She likes ice cream. The object of a sentence comes after the verb in the predicate. The principal praised Astha. Whom did the principal praise? He praised Astha. Now, transitive verbs. A verb which requires an object after it to complete its sense is called transitive verb. Like, for example, the man killed. The man killed whom? The man killed a snake. So, transitive verb requires an object to complete itself, to make complete sense. Let's take up one more example. The driver stopped the car. So here the driver is subject, stopped the car is predicate, and the object out here is car. Now here, Just look at this, pause your video, go through it. Ruchi likes, I love, Ria wastes, Sister Rose praised, Anna drinks. Now, all these are incomplete sentences. And we need to put one object to make them complete. So, such sentences are called transitive sentences. Now, Ruchi likes what? She likes chocolates. So, chocolates is object. I love roses. Ria wastes food. Sister Rose praised Jyotika. Anna drinks milk before sleeping. We notice that these sentences were incomplete and they required object to complete its sense. Only doing verbs or verbs showing possession need objects. Transitive verbs, some examples are here. The hunter is subject. Shot is verb. Shot whom? A pigeon. Pigeon is object. So these are examples for transitive verbs. Intransitive verbs. An intransitive verb is defined as a verb that does not take a direct object. That means there's no word in the sentence that tells who or what receives the action of the verb. Like if we take up the example, the birds tripped. So it's complete sentence, isn't it? We don't require object out here. Transitive verbs do not have an object receiving the action. I laughed. In simple words, we can say a verb that does not require an object to make sense but makes good sense by itself is called intransitive verb. The book fell. So it's complete sentence, isn't it? We don't require any object out here. The book is subject and fell is verb. He walks to the park. Now he is subject, walks is verb. To the park. And that's not a object, it's prepositional phrase. The choir sings the national anthem. Now here, can you pick up the verb? Well, very good. Sings is the verb. And national anthem is object. So this sentence is transitive verb. Now here is a small test exercise which you can do it orally and just test yourself how much you are able to do or score, and please learn about transitive, intransitive and different verbs to make yourself thorough with the topic. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Take care and goodbye all of you.